So we are live. Welcome to Ref Sports. I am Vaibhav Tripathi, your host for this one. And 26th of June 2026 could be a very historic day for cricket. Not just for Indian cricket, but overall cricket in general. Because not just for one reasons, there are multiple reasons why this date could go down as one of the most historic dates the game has ever seen. First thing, obviously, this is the first T20I that India will be playing after winning the World Cup. The World Cup winning captain is not there anymore. Now the team will be led by a new captain, Shreyas Iyer, who is in line to play his first game since December 2023. Since in the last 2 years, he hasn't played any T20 game, but now he's set to lead India. He's been appointed as the full-time captain. Tilak Verma, the vice captain. So new journey for the Indian team under Shreyas Iyer. New era starts, and obviously the much-awaited debut of Vaibhav Sooryavanshi has also been a talk of the town ever since he's been picked in the squad. Then also there is a debut in line for Prince Yadav as well, whether he makes his debut in this game or another game. On the other hand, if you look at the Ireland team, then Ireland team also have a new captain in Lorcan Tucker. They will also be having a lot of debutants in today's game because a lot of their first choice players are also not there. But in Belfast at the moment, what has been the much talked thing is the weather. The weather hasn't been good since morning. There has been cloud cover and overcast conditions have taken over. There's a lot of talk. Forecast is not looking good during the start of the match. We are just sorry for the disturbance. We are just half an hour away from the toss, and what I got the details from our ground correspondent Rohit Juglan. We will listen to that first, and before coming back and discussing the game. So Rohit Juglan joins us straight from Belfast. Rohit, you have been there since the last few days, even before the team landed. That will be played again. The shows, the weather has always been good. It's always been sunny, nice, pleasant.
Yes.
But the morning I saw your video. Now the things are not looking good as far as the weather is concerned. Even the forecast is not looking entirely good. Can you give us a sense of how the weather is at the moment in Belfast? Because we are, just close to the match hours, very close to the match, very close to the toss. So what is happening with the weather in Belfast?
I think if you talk about an hour ago, I think it was not that really good at that point of time. And that's the main reason that why I'm just in a corridor kind of situation, because it's overcast at this point of time. What I can see outside, and it was not like that. A couple of hours ago in the morning when I did the live, in the morning when I sent the video report, it was quite cloudy at that point of time and overcast also. Generally, the sun comes up around 5:30 here. It's not like that it will take a long time, but at that particular point of time there was no sun there. And then a little later, 2 hours later, it was looking all sunny. And then when we thought, our journalist friend, we all thought that let's go now, let's go towards the ground. It suddenly, in that half an hour, it completely changed a bit at that point of time. So as of now, if you ask me, yes, the situation is overcast at this point of time. And obviously the Belfast weather, multiple weather apps are at that point of time they were showing that around 12 there is a heavy possibility. So when I'm talking about around 12, that's local time here, which I'm talking about at that as of now. So at that point of time there is a heavy possibility of rain. But as I said in my morning video also, that during the time of 4 to 6 in the morning, again there was a prediction of a heavy rain, but there was no rain at that point of time. So if you ask me now, it's looking overcast, but I don't think that it will hamper a lot of overs or match conditions, or the pitch or to the outfield. And I'm not very sure that how much they are ready for a wet outfield, for a good drainage system, for super soppers, for coverage of the ground as far as covers are concerned. Because yesterday also, when all left, Indian team left from the practice, Ireland team left from the practice, they covered the ground, but only the square part of it. So it's not like the typical Eden Garden situation kind of thing, that they cover the whole ground or maybe things which we usually see in part of Sri Lanka, that they cover their ground completely. So I think that's what exactly the situation at this point of time, and I'll definitely give you the updates around when we get closer to the game.
Rohit, have you been talking to some locals there who are residents of Belfast to know what exactly the weather? Because in London, in Bengaluru, rain can hamper, rain can occur anytime. But what locals are saying about the weather? Will it be a persistent rain, or will it be a spells of rain? Will it be a curtail match? Have you talked to any weather experts over there? Is there a chance of a full washout or a rail curtailed match? What they are saying in Belfast?
So, so I was having this chat with a BBC correspondent here, and I was telling this to him that there is a possibility of a rain at that particular point of time. Even after Mr. Sutanshu Kotak, done with his press conference, there was a little chat with the media going on after the press conference, and I asked him the last question of the press conference around pitch and conditions and the outfield, and he told me that if it get a little more drier because of the sun, because in last 4 5 days from the time I'm here, when I landed here in Belfast, it rained at that point of time. It was a slight drizzle. Even when I was waiting for my bus, it was drizzling down a little bit. But after that, till this point, it's quite sunny and it's very hot here. But after if you see what happened yesterday, we were having this conversation with Mr. Sutanshu Kotak, and I said to him that, sir, yes, you are right about if it gets a little drier, it will be really good for the batters. It will be a wicket really good to bat on. But I said to him that, sir, there is some prediction of weather also. So he also said this to me, that yes, we also had this conversation as the group of team, and we know this, that there is some weather prediction as far as today the first game is concerned. So when you talk about the locals here, as far as the reporters are concerned, they are only saying that it's going to be a passing shot. It's not going to be something which kept you there for the game, and then
No
we all
persistent.
were waiting that. Yeah. So for me, I don't think there will be anything as far as the trimming of overs are concerned, or anything that we have to wait for a very long time. The only thing that can provide us that is, if how much prepare are they for a rain curtailed game, or for how much they are ready with the super stoppers, because resources wise, yesterday when Indian team was batting, there was no side screen when they were practicing, and that's not because of the infrastructure. Side
And
screens
I
were there
think
in the
somebody
sides.
from the team management or from the Indian team also
Yes,
complained about
the
it.
Indian captain complained it to the coach. Shreyas Iyer came, and it took them, more than usual time to just adjust with the sighting of the ball, because side screens were there. It's not like that they don't have side screens, but side screens were on the sides. Like if a right hander is batting, the side screens were where the point fielder is. So what's the purpose of that? There is a specific reason why you keep side screens in front, means in just front of the eyeballs. And there was a huge giant digital screen were there in front of in place of a side screen. So why I'm telling this to you, that small things, as far as the resources are concerned, infrastructure is concerned, you need to keep this thing in your mind, that if it's a rain halted game, or if any time during the game, if it's rains, then you have to see the super stoppers be in place, the drainage system be better in the place. And I was really surprised that Indian team is coming here and they are not choosing the Dublin option, the Malahide cricket ground option. Rather, they have chosen this particular, which only have what, 4,500 or 5,000 seats. And then Cricket Ireland, the president of Cricket Ireland, getting all the calls that we also want to come, papers are giving it a coverage during a World Cup, football World Cup. The BBC correspondents are here, and they are also saying this to me, that we also have to get some space for this particular coverage in between a FIFA World Cup. This tells you that how much, and this is all because of Sooryavanshi. This is all because of Sooryavanshi. So yeah, a lot of things going on, Weber, as far as the game is concerned and the preparations are concerned. Whether I am not very sure at this point of time that there will be any kind of curtailing of the game is concerned, or uh, maybe a delay for toss. I don't think. But yeah, we are very close to what exactly the prediction of the Met Office here, that at this around this point of time you will, and if you will get a rain here, this is exactly the time when we are speaking.
The people who are there in Belfast who will be there to watch the game, and everybody around the globe who are waiting to see Vaibhav Sooryavanshi in Indian jersey making his debut. What could be a potential debut will be having their fingers crossed. It's just because it's a very historic occasion in Belfast. This will be the first time India will be playing a T20 in Belfast. Shreyas Iyer's first game as captain, potential debut for Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. Same ground, Rohit Sharma also made his debut, and locals are talking about that analogy as well. So plenty of stakes in there at Belfast. But Rohit, now coming to the on ground yesterday. Sitanshu Kotak, the batting coach, addressed the press conference. You were there at the practice as well. You were there at the PC as well. First, Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, the focus was on him. You told me he batted around 45 minutes, and then later he was seen bowling to Abhishek Sharma as well, who came into bat at the
Yes,
very end of the practice session. Just a light
yes.
batting session. And then Sitanshu Kotak was asked about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi and the chances of him making his debut. He said he's a great talent, and obviously because he's traveling, he will make his debut, but he didn't say if he's sure that he will be making his debut tomorrow. But as reporter, as you were there, we can definitely read between the lines. So what is your reading of that comment by Sitanshu Kotak? Do you think it will
Look,
happen today?
So look, there is one thing which you hear, and then there is one thing which you see. So first, coming down to what, as you rightly said, Sudhanshu Kotak was very clear. But I look, the first thing is obviously what I think at this point of time is that you don't think of fair unfair when you pick a team for India. When you pick a team for national interest, the first priority is not are we doing a fair thing. The first thing is that are we choosing the best team, are we choosing the best playing 11 at this point of time. फेयर अनफेयर के गेम में पढ़ोगे तो फिर तो बहुत लंबा इतिहास है कि इसको क्यों नहीं खिलाया और इसको क्यों नहीं खिलाया. सो आई जस्ट डोंट वांट टू touch that particular topic. Coming into what Mr. Sudhanshu Kotak has said, obviously there are batters who have done really well in all these top four. You talk about a Ishan Kishan, you talk about a Sanju Samson. Means one is the player of the tournament, the other is the best batter of this year across format. I'm talking about Ishan Kishan, and then there is one opener who's the number one T20 batter from last 1.5 year. So the players you're talking about at this point of time, they've done really well, exceedingly well, as far as this particular T20 format is concerned. So obviously, when you are choosing someone to say that yaar aap ye game nahi khel rahe, you're not playing this one, or maybe you have to play in a different batting position in this particular game. So yes, it's not good. But then you have to see that you have picked a 15-year-old, and it's not because you want to tell to the world that look, we have talent like a 15-year-old. It's because he's ready for this particular situation, and because you have selected him, it means why you don't want to play him. That's the major question. And then this is what you hear. Now what you see is, you see a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi coming right away as far as the practice session starts. It's Ishan Kishan, it's Shreyas Iyer, it's Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, and a couple of minutes later it was Sanju Samson. He started to play the fast bowlers first and then to the spinners. He spent a lot of time in the fielding drills. He spent a lot of time with the head coach, with Mr. Sutanshu Kotak also. One-on-one conversations were there. A pat on the back by the obviously the batting coach, just a fist bump by the head coach. So it gives you a complete kind of imagery that what exactly is going on as far as Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is concerned. And if I have to believe my eyes, I don't think there is anything which is stopping him as far as making the debut is concerned. So I am very much optimistic that this will be the very ground, as you rightly said, 19 years ago, Rohit Sharma, we all remember this ground for his debut, and now maybe history in the making, because what, 15 years, 91 days, youngest Indian player to wear that baggy blue.
Yeah, definitely, history is upon us, and could be a historical day in the history, and not just Indian supporters. I think everybody who follows cricket from across the globe, from different quarters of the world, will be keeping a close eye on this game. And although it's a ODI format, yeah, T20s are irrelevant given that next year there is an ODI World Cup. still there's a lot of focus in this particular UK tour, the 7 T20Is. I'm talking about first two in Ireland and then 5 in England, just because Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is a part of the Indian squad. What Abhishek Sharma is going out shows is Abhishek Sharma going by the practice. Is he looks like he's the one who will be sitting out, or there is a surprise? Could Samson sit out, or they are ready to play both the wicket keepers and drop a Abhishek Sharma? What would be the scenario if Vaibhav Sooryavanshi plays?
The thing is, the sun is out finally. It's here at this point of time. So the good news is that we'll be having everything in place. As of now, everything is in place. What you're talking about is the opening combination, and what my reading, again going by what I see, and what I covered in yesterday's practice session, was obviously there was a lot of things said in Twitter by most of the journalists that Abhishek Sharma, just before the match day, he doesn't practice at the very start, or means he used to practice at the later part of the practice sessions. And I know this because I have covered multiple Abhishek Sharma's practice session. So I know that from the time of the World Cup, he started practicing at the very later part of the innings. Very later part of the practice day. So what happens is that Abhishek used to do this, means most number of times, that he would come at the very last. So if you are new to this kind of setup, you will definitely say, oh, top four was Ishan Kishan, Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, Sanju Samson, Shreyas Iyer, sorted. But you have covered the Indian practice session as far as Abhishek Sharma is concerned. He used to do this. But the first thing is that when he used to do this, it's about that he is choosing specific bowlers, Indian bowlers. And the second thing is, this is not a condition where he's used to play a lot of cricket. This is the very first time he's playing in these kind of conditions. And these are not placid conditions where we can say that, oh, see the ball, hit the ball. That's not the case here. It's holding up a little bit. The Irish captain, Curtis Camper, he told in the press conference, that it's going to be hold a bit
Lorcan
a
Tucker.
little.
Curtis
Sorry,
Camper is
sorry,
out.
yeah. Sorry, Lock and Tucker. So what he said at that point of time is that it will hold a bit, it will grip a bit, and then you will see that spinners are getting a most amount of help at that point of time. So when you talk about these things, you clearly know this, that what are the conditions as far as the ground is concerned. So for me, that's the only thing which will create a lot of questions in front of my mind, that Abhishek Sharma, if he was there in the scheme of things as far as 11 is concerned, then there might be this simple thing that he will be there and he will start playing, and he will get an ample amount of time to practice against the Indian pacers, against the Indian spinners, because he's a opener. Opener, then he needs to face the obviously the new ball, the fast bowlers. There were only two fast bowlers, net fast bowlers, the local fast bowlers, and then spinners are also like that. And then Vaibhav Sooryavanshi was bowling to him for fun. There were banters going on that ye wala shot to chakka gaya. Vaibhav Sooryavanshi kept on saying, nahi, ye kahan se chakka gaya bhaiya. So there was these kind of fun banters were going on, and then before that he was just taking throwdowns. So for me, that's the thing which sum up as far as this particular session is concerned, and that's why I'm saying that what I by the practice session doesn't look like that Abhishek Sharma will start. But obviously, I'm again saying this, that with this team management, the way they operate, the way they do things, you cannot say anything with a sheer amount of guarantee that ये तो होकर ही रहेगा क्योंकि मैंने ऐसा देखा है. It doesn't go like that with this team management.
Definitely, that with this team management, you definitely cannot predict anything, and you have to wait until the last moment. I think
Sure.
things will get clear. The picture will get clearer closer to the toss. Whether will Vaibhav
I'll keep
Sooryavanshi
on
will
sending. I'll keep joining you.
yes,
You can send me the link,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. We will
obviously
get
I'll.
constant updates from
Sure,
Rohit from there. But Rohit,
sure.
last question before you go, because I know you have to go for the Hindi live as well. Uh, Shreyas Iyer's first assignment as captain. And the last time he played a T20 was way back in 2023. He was not even part of the World Cup slot. Now coming to the team as a captain, first assignment as a captain, first Ireland series followed by an England series. England series will be a tougher assignment. These 7 T20s, I'm not just talking about these two T20s, but these 7 T20s, how important it becomes for Shreyas Iyer to make a mark, an early mark as captain. Because yesterday in the practice session, you only informed me that Shreyas was the one who batted for the longest period.
Yeah. So I think for me the biggest thing is that huddle talk first. BCCI also uploaded that video, and he was very clear. And I asked this question to Sutanshu Kotak also, that there was a lot of chatter around Weber Sooryavanshi, but there is obviously this new era is starting under Shreyas Iyer, and he's the most successful captain if you talk about this particular decade, from 2020 to 2026 IPL wise, a title win for him, two finals for him. No other captain, I don't think, means obviously Rajat Patidar is also there with two trophies. But then obviously, if you see the consistency of a Shreyas Iyer with different teams across teams, then you will say that yes, one of the most successful captain. And then I asked him about this, and he said that he knows the thing really well. He talked about Sudhanshu Kotak talked about the partnership of him with Gautam Gambhir in the 2024 season in KKR. And then we all know the kind of batter he is, the kind of leader he is. So I am very excited. And whatever I asked with Suryan Shedgi also told me that the kind of attitude he has towards the game, towards his players, and then the kind of proactiveness. We remember players talking about him giving that particular over to Harshit Rana in 2024 season, him giving the over to Weber Varoda and doing things which are a little out of the box, but it paid off as far as results are concerned. So I think I am looking forward to this particular thing under Shreyas Iyer, start of a new era. And I was remembering this, that during the time of after 2024 in Kandy, a similar kind of session started by Surya Kumar Yadav and Gautam Gambhir, and now here started by Shreyas Iyer and Gautam Gambhir. So let's see, Weber. Let's see how it pans out. But yeah, a very exciting day for cricket. Means can make his debut. There are other players also. Suryan Shedge is still not here. Maybe today he'll come. So we'll give you all the updates.
Right then, that was Rohit Juglan for you from Belfast. And after, immediately after, because this was shot a while ago, Bharat Ramraj also joined us. So he had this chat with me a short while ago, and then after he ran towards the team bus to catch the visual of the team arrival, which we will play now. Sudisha and Simran also joins us for this show. Can we have the visual of the team arrival, please? So there you can see Rohit immediately after recording that chat, he went to capture the team visual, the team arrival visual, and as we can see, the players are getting on. The team bus is there. I think there's a problem in playing the video, but meanwhile we'll have the discussion. Okay, so we have a super chat at first. This Weber was clubbing Rococo, saying lambe runs nahi aaye. Ro doesn't have 100 in 9 ODIs. Bhai Kohli has 300s in 6 ODIs recent in IPL form too. अरे see again clubbing Rohit and any player, not just Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, any player with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. See the number of years that they have played, what legacy they have created, they have built for themselves. They are bona fide legends of the games. And for Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, is not even he has not even made his debut yet. We are talking about for a potential debut. So let's keep all that talk aside. Clubbing Vaibhav Sooryavanshi with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, I think that would be too early to say. Even to compare him with anybody, any player, not just Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, any comparison at this stage would be unfair, because we are yet to see what he will do at the international stage, at the senior stage. We have seen what he is capable of in the IPL, at the junior level, under 19 level, but senior cricket is a different, different kettle of fish. So for him, it will be a different challenge, and he will know it. But coming to the straight, because we don't have time, 6 minutes left for the toss, I will just come to the main point of the discussion. That is, will Vaibhav Sooryavanshi make his much awaited debut? If yes, then whose position he will come in? I will open the debate. First, I'll start with Bharat. Bharat, are we seeing a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi making his debut today? Yesterday, Sitanshu Kota categorically mentioned that yes, he will get his dues, but not at the cost of a player cannot be a cost of the player who has been scoring runs. I think he mentioned about a Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, and Abhishek Sharma, the top order of the Indian team, the current top order. So, what opinion do you have in regarding to Sitanshu Kotak's press conference as well? And if obviously if Weber makes his debut, then who will miss out?
Yeah, my guess is as good as yours as to whether Vaibhav Sooryavanshi will make his debut or not. Maybe we have to wait for another how much 4 minutes 59 seconds. That is about 299 seconds or whatever it is. We still have to wait to see whether he will make his debut or not. But I guess this is the right kind of platform for Vaibhav Sooryavanshi to kind of make his debut because with great respect to Ireland, it's not a fancied opponent. Point one, point two is
Also, they will just to
yeah.
stop you
Let
there,
me add.
Bharat. They will be missing as many as
Yeah,
six
yeah.
of
Let
their
me add.
first
Let me add.
11.
Let me add. There is not a fancied opponent. Point two, they're missing out on five of their key players, from Curtis Camper to Mark Adair to McCarthy.
Paul
Four five
Sterling,
players are
Josh
missing.
Little.
Little four five players are missing. So this is the right kind of platform for someone like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi to make his debut, get some runs under his belt before the big ticket series, at least in this format against England. So I guess he will get a chance. I don't know whether he will get a chance in the first game. Obviously, I heard a few things as well. Sitting here, obviously, I don't know, but I heard a few things like he could come in the equation today. But with this management, you never know until the last moment whether someone will be picked or someone will be dropped. So I guess one has to wait and watch. If you ask me, I think I would have given him a chance in the first game and rotated. I would have given him a chance with all two, three, maybe all three, all both couple of games, and maybe rotated Sanju Samson and someone like Abhishek Sharma and told them that you are guaranteed starters for the England series. But in this series, let us give Vaibhav Sooryavanshi two chances and one chance each for the other two, Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma.
Simran, for the first T20I, whom you are making sit on the bench if Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is making debut?
I personally feel it would be Sanju Samson, because in order to accommodate him into the top order, one person would have to take a back step. So I think if it's amongst Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson, it would be Sanju Samson, considering Abhishek Sharma is already an established T20 opener. So if he pairs up with Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, that would be excellent for the team.
Sudisha, do you have a counter to what Simran has said? Do you agree with her or you have a different combination?
I actually agree with Simran. I feel like what we should more look forward to is if Vaibhav Sooryavanshi makes his debut, he's obviously going to be as an opening batsman, and if he's going to open, the combination of two aggressive batters, that is Abhishek Sharma and Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, is going to be something worth watching because both of them are equally aggressive. Both of them, I feel like Vaibhav is in great form, orange cap holder of IPL, has done a great job in the Tri Series too. So definitely, he first of all he should get his debut in the very first match itself. Second, yes, I would agree with Simran and Bharat sir also that there could be a different decision that could be taken by the management also. We cannot fully trust what is going to happen next.
Bharat, shifting a focus from Vaibhav Sooryavanshi to the new captain, Shreyas Iyer. This will be Shreyas Iyer's first T20I since 2023. He has a new team. Obviously, there are a lot of World Cup stars, World Cup players who are the part of the World Cup winning squad, but a few youngsters as well as Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is there. Prince Yadav is also there, another potential debutant. Obviously, people are talking about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, but there is a Prince Yadav as well who can make his debut. But because we are closer to Doras, quickly Harshit Rana making his debut. First, obviously, Shreyas Iyer. Thoughts on his captaincy? Is it a great time for him to announce his arrival this UK tour? 70-20 matches, win both the series, announce your arrival, and also on Harshit Rana, how important this series will be because he hasn't played a lot of cricket since picking up the injury.
Yes, it's Shai Sayer, obviously, it is a very much start of a new journey for him. Sorry, the start of a new journey for Shahir in the sense that yes, he has captained KKR, all those franchises. He's captained Punjab Kings, but still Delhi Capitals, but still captaining your country at the international level. That is a different kettle of fish in the sense that there would be pressure on him. Hopefully, he will come through because obviously he's captain in franchise cricket as well. But interesting to see how he goes as a captain of the Indian team because the pressure is completely different. The kind of expectations are different too. If you start failing with the bat in hand in a few games, there would be some kind of pressure from the fans, from everyone. So in that respect, I think it's interesting to see how Shai Sair will go about his business as a captain of the Indian team. Yes, for French players as well, it's very important. Prince Yadav, Harshit Rana, even someone like Prasidh has got a chance in this particular setup. Obviously, he may not play in the playing 11, but he has also got a chance to be in the squad. So interesting to see how all these pace bowlers, how this all these pace bowlers bowl in those conditions in Ireland. And someone like, especially someone like Prince Yadav, if he gets a chance in the second game, it would be interesting to see because I think he's someone who bowls reasonably well under pressure. That is what he showed in the world of IPL with a new ball. And Arshit Rana is someone, yes, yeah, I think he's slightly different skills to Prince Yadav in the sense that obviously he bowls that hard length, has developed a decent slower ball and nips it a little bit. Uh, but again, it very, very important for him as he's returning from an injury, and it seems like that was a pretty serious injury for him. So, from that perspective, a very important series for Harshit Rana as well.
So there's an update from Belfast. Both captains are out in the middle. They are having a photo with the trophy. Now the home captain Lorcan Tucker has a coin in hand, and I think the toss will happen in next couple of minutes. Just before the toss happens, just quick similarities between the two teams. Obviously, Indian cricket will be playing quick fact check. Indian team will be playing their first ever T20I in Belfast. The last time they played, Rohit Sharma made his debut. Gautam Gambhir was the current head coach, won the player of the award. The chief selector, Ajit Agarkar, RP Singh, who was a part of selection committee now. They were also part of that game. So now things have changed. Obviously, in 19 years later, we have a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi who's on the verge of becoming India's youngest ever debutant. The record belonged to Sachin Tendulkar, but now it seems like in the next 7 games, could be today, could be in the next game. He will surpass Sachin Tendulkar to break that record. Another thing is Shreyas Iyer will be making his first, is making his debut as captain, as Indian captain. On the other side, Lorcan Tucker is also making his captaincy debut for Ireland. And then there are potential debutants for India. There are potential debutants for Ireland as well. There's a Jay Mundra, Indian origin left-arm pacer from Ireland, who is likely to make his debut. There will be multiple debut caps for India, for Ireland, beg your pardon. So these are two analogies. I think India have won the toss. Yes, India have won the toss, and let's see what they have decided. Good start to Shreyas Iyer's captaincy, because generally Indian captains don't win a lot of tosses. If you go ask Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, even MS at the fag end of his captaincy career didn't win a lot of toss. So yes, so Shreyas Iyer has won the toss, and India have elected to bowl first. So this is the update. Bharat, before coming to Simran and Sudisha, because we have seen a lot of cricket being played in Ireland, this part of the country. I can see there are still a cloud cover, overcast conditions. Good toss to win.
Yeah, good toss to win, but again, it depends on the rain, I guess. More so on the rain. In Belfast, you generally see some kind of rain. When there is rain around, you expect obviously little bit of moisture, and that is when it nips around a bit. But as I see, at present at least, there is no real rain. So I think it will do a little bit in the first couple of overs, 3-4 overs, and after that, obviously, it should turn out to be a decent track for batting. Usually, what I remember of matches played at this particular ground, old ground. I think the first match played at this ground was international match was played in 2008. What I remember is a score of around 180 to 190 could be winning score. But I'm not very sure Ireland would reach that kind of a total. Yes, we should nip around a little bit for 3 4 overs. Then maybe the ball will stop a little bit on the batsman, because what I've seen is you tend to get tennis ball bounce in these conditions, in those conditions. So interesting to see how India's rather inexperienced pacers in terms of playing international cricket bowl in those climes. But yes, it's a decent toss to win, because I feel it will do a little bit in the first few overs.
Yeah, exactly what Shreyas Iyer also said. I'll just quote him what exactly Shreyas said after winning the toss. Going to field first, it's a new surface for us. First time in Belfast. Considering the conditions, the environment, and the wicket, wanted to field first. He's just asked all the players to be themselves and to be relentless with the approach. Okay, so Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is not playing. He's Shreyas Iyer said, unfortunately, no. So anti-climax moment for everybody. So much of the build-up, everything right from the day he got a call-up for the Indian team to now. So much build-up. Even in the nets yesterday, he batted for 45 minutes. The batter who didn't bat for long was Abhishek Sharma. He just had a light throwdowns from the players. Even from Vaibhav Sooryavanshi had some light throwdowns. But yes, so this is the news. So Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is not there. He's not making his debut in the first T20 is the news. And Shreyas Iyer, when asked about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, he said he will get his opportunity when the time comes. So let's see when that time will come. But for now, Shreyas Iyer regarding the team combination, he has said 3 genuine seamers and 1 all-rounder. And now it's interesting. I think that 1 all-rounder should be Shivam Dube. If Shivam is not there, then should be Akshar Patel. There are 3 all-rounders at the moment. Suryan Shedge is not there with the team. Is another news for you guys. As Rohit also confirmed that Surya Shedge is yet to join the squad because he was called in as a replacement. So until that time, I get the hold of the playing 11. Thoughts, guys? Any Sudisha, are you surprised Vaibhav Sooryavanshi not playing?
Yes, I am surprised again because you said that there was so much build up again. In the whole scenario that Vaibhav is going to play, he's going to make his, he's going to play in this team. He'll be opening, or Vaibhav or Abhishek is going to be the new Roko. There has been so many talks on social media about it. People have also talked about Sanju Samson's. The fact that Sanju could be dropped here, and Vaibhav could be replacing him. So a lot of after talking so much about him, it is a shocker.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sudisha. I have got the team sheet with me, the Indian team sheet. I will just read out the playing 11 first. Sanju Samson, Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer, Tilak Verma. At 5, Shivam Dube, Akshar Patel, Washington Sundar, Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, and Prasidh Krishna. So the 3 seamers that Shreyas Iyer talked about at the toss are Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, and Prasidh Krishna. No debut for Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, no debut for Prince Yadav either, and Ravi Bishnoi also sits out. So I will ask questions to Bharat regarding this, but yeah, Sudisha, continue.
Yeah, that is what I was going to say, that it is a big shocker seeing that Vaibhav is not going to play for this. But yes, as Bharat rightly said, that he might be playing in the second match which is going to come up.
Simran, your thoughts? Yesterday, Sitanshu Kodak said this. He made this point that it would be unfair to the players who have already performed, the likes of Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan. So he said that it would be unfair to drop any of those batters just to bring in a debutant. So you agree with team management's decision not to play him immediately in the first game itself?
I think I do agree with them to a certain extent. I get where they're coming from, but at the same point, I think if they do want to introduce Vaibhav on the grander stage, then somebody will have to take a step back and make way for him. However, I think that amount of confidence and practice is required beforehand, so he might need some extra time, and that's why they might have come to that conclusion.
Bharat, coming to the playing 11, no Prince Yadav, no Ravi Bishnoi. Aren't you a bit surprised that when Varun Chakravarti is not there, he's not part of this squad, he's ruled out of the Island T20Is. When Varun Chakravarti is not there, you are not playing a wrist spinner in Ravi Bishnoi. He was part of the squad when New Zealand series was also there at home. Are you a bit surprised with the decision not to bring in a wrist spinner? And playing with all rounders, going with an all round approach? Do you think it's a typical Gautam Gambhir approach of backing utility players more over specialists?
Yeah, I guess it must be. He generally looks for those kind of cricketers who not just bowl but also score a few runs here or there, get 10 or 15 runs. Though I'm not very sure about Washington Sundar among Washington Sundar somewhere being picked in the 11, the playing 11, because I don't think he's the kind of cricketer who can come in at number 7 or on those lines and score a lot of runs in just maybe 20 runs in 10 balls or 25 runs in 10 balls. I don't think he's that kind of a cricketer. But yes, so it's a little bit of a surprise, not just about Ravi Bishnoi, but also about Prasidh Krishna. Not in the sense that he can't take wickets, but if you notice, he was very much a replacement player, I guess, when it comes to this series. So he straight away gets a chance to get into the playing 11. Maybe it is something to do with how he bowled in that final ODI in Chennai, where I think he showed enough bowling smarts, where he was looking to bowl a fuller length, something I guess impressed the Indian think tank. Otherwise, if you notice, he was a replacement player coming into this setup. But he has kind of leapfrogged Prince Yadav and got a chance here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he will do well. Other than that, as you just noted, Ravi Bishnoi obviously could have got into the 11. He bowled reasonably well in the world of IPL. I won't say he was great because somewhere I felt that someone like in that particular IPL, someone like Punja showed more promise than him. But still, he bowled reasonably well, and I think he deserved a chance today.
Sudisha, coming to this series, if you look at the makeup of the bowling department, there is no Jasprit Bumrah. Mohammad Siraj is also not there, part of the workload management. Now it gives you more responsibility on the shoulders of Arshdeep Singh, who is the leading wicket taker for India in this format. He didn't had a great IPL, but had a great one-day series against Afghanistan. Now coming to this format where he has ruled. He has basically even outbowled somebody like a Jasprit Bumrah. If you look at since his debut, he's taken most wickets. How important do you think this series becomes for somebody like Arshdeep Singh gaining that confidence back, rhythm back? Because in IPL we saw he was bowling a lot of extras. He was struggling with his lines. Now coming to this series as a leader of the pace bowling attack, how important do you think this series will be, particularly for Arshdeep?
However, I feel that it's very important for Arshdeep Singh. It is going to this series or this particular match. These matches, series of matches, are going to work as a milestone for Arshdeep Singh again because of the same things. The fact that he did not have a very great IPL season, and the fact that he needs to work on his extras. He has been given a lot of wides as such. So. Keeping all of these things in the mind and keeping this also in the mind that Bumrah and Siraj are not here, they are not playing these series. I think a lot of pressure is also falling upon Arshdeep, given his experience and given his game. So if he perform, he has to actually. I feel like there's a compulsion on Arshdeep that he will have to perform the best in his series right now of his game, because going forward, knowing that these such bowlers are not there in the team, I think Ashdeep has to step up.
Definitely, Arshdeep has to step up. Arshdeep has to lead this pack of bowlers because since this Jasprit Bumrah is not there, and there is a relatively inexperienced bowling attack at hand. But Simran, now since Sooryavanshi is not playing and Abhishek Sharma is, a lot of chatter was around could Abhishek Sharma could sit out because he didn't practice a lot. But do you think there would be an external pressure now on Abhishek as well, because until now there was nobody like Abhishek Sharma, who can bat at a strike rate of 190 plus. Now suddenly you have a Sooryavanshi sitting in the dugout waiting for his chances, who has struck at a strike rate of over 230 plus in the IPL, in the world of IPL. You think there will be an external pressure on Abhishek Sharma now, that because Sooryavanshi, like Abhishek Sharma, not just tongs the ball, he can also bowl that left arm spin whenever needed, just as we have seen in the under-19 World Cup as well.
I think it does create a certain level of pressure, but I wouldn't say it's negative pressure, rather a sort of healthy competition that I think every successful Indian team has had over the years. Now, because Abhishek Sharma has worked extremely hard in order to establish himself as India's first choice opener in T20Is, um, he has earned that position. So I don't think one potential debut changes that hierarchy overnight. And having said that, Sooryavanshi is also probably the most exciting young batting prospect in the country right now. So if he does come in and perform immediately, the selectors are naturally going to want to give him a longer run rather than judging him after one or two innings. So I think ultimately it is a positive change. And if Abhishek does continue to score runs, then it's not a reason to worry about.
Definitely, see, that's what we are talking about. That until now there was nobody like Abhishek Sharma. Now Abhishek Sharma also has got a competitor, and the thing with this Indian team is there is enough competition just for one particular spot. There are a lot of competitors competing, but Bharat, coming to the last question, last part of the discussion, Harshit Rana coming back again, a very important game for him, very important tour in fact, in the lead up to that one day series, because one day cricket becomes the focus, and we know that Harshit Rana is a part of the scheme of things when it comes to the 2027 World Cup. How crucial this series is, not just with the ball, we know with the bat as well. Team India is looking at him.
Ideally, give him a little bit of time, I guess, because he is returning from a rather serious injury. So he could have a few doubts in his mind when he's again bowling. As once Stephen Jones himself noted in an interview with me, that when you're returning from a rather serious injury, there would be seeds of doubt in your mind whether you would again get that kind of an injury when you're bowling. So give him a few overs to settle down, maybe match or two. And in that respect, it's great that they're having a series against Ireland before that series against England, because obviously on flat pitches in white ball cricket, you expect the England cricket team to come hard at the Indian team with a bat in hand. So in that respect, it's good that India are playing a series against Ireland. It will help someone like Harshit Rana to bowl a few more overs, get into his rhythm, get into his groove, and then I guess he can obviously bowl a better rhythm in the series against England. Yes, his batting also is very important. The one point I noticed with Harshit Rana was last year he was getting more into line of the ball. That is a clear indicator that the Indian think tank, the Indian coaching staff are working very hard on Harshit Rana to improve his batting. Because in the past, when he used to play, especially when I remember when he was playing in the Tulip Trophy, I guess a couple of years ago, he was facing his obviously national teammate Prasidh Krishna, and every single time he was backing away and trying to smash the cover of the ball. But now he's getting into line of the ball a little more. So that gives an inkling that I think Harshit Rana is improving as a batter. Hopefully, we will see more of his batting as well. Yes, but very important series for him because he's returning from an injury. So he would like to build his rhythm going into the big ticket rubbers.
Absolutely. And now coming to Ireland, they have, as I was speaking before the toss as well, that because a lot of their first choice players are not available, there will be debut caps given, and there are two debutants for Ireland. One is Jay Mundra, as we expected it to be, and the other one is Matt Hollard. For both, Lorcan Tucker has said Mundra is a left-arm swing bowler. He swings the new ball up front. That will be a good challenge for Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma at start against Jay Mundra. And regarding Matt Hollard, he said that he's a basher of the ball and he's a wicket taker in the middle over. So let's see what kind of challenge Ireland will throw up. I'll just read out the Ireland playing 11 before closing it off. Tim Tector, Ross Adair, Harry Tector, Lorcan Tucker, Benjamin Carrotts, Garrett Delaney, George Dockrell, Liam McCarthy, Matthew Humphreys, Jay Mundra, and Matthew Hollard. So this is the playing 11 of Ireland, and I think we have discussed everything, almost everything, and this brings us to the end of the show. Thanks Bharat, Sudisha, and Simran for joining, and also Rohit Juglan for giving his updates from the Ireland. We will be back for the post-match live. So make sure you join us then. Until then, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to Rev Sports. Thank you.